So I'm Corey Hitchcock. I'm the UAS Standardization Pilot for Southern Company. Work in our corporate aviation department where we add value to the company by allowing the use of UAS and supporting the use of UAS across all of our operating companies. Southern Company has been in the commercial UAS space since 2015. We were the first utility to submit a Chapter 333 exemption, and we were the second utility to receive that 333 exemption in 2015. Since the introduction of the Part 107 rules, Southern Company has trained 67 pilots, and we have 72 aircraft, and those pilots and aircraft cover the whole breadth of our system. Most of our aircraft are DJI products. They range from the Spark all the way up to the M600. Southern Company's early adoption of UAS technology has led to our company being a leader in the utility UAS space. Southern Company operates on a distributed self-dispatch model that puts the drone in the subject matter expert's hand. This allows us to train UAS operators from all disciplines in the company. Southern Company has worked closely with our public safety partners as disaster response and the hurricanes that have impacted the coast of recently. Disaster response is critical to our business. So Southern Company has worked closely with our public safety partners to pave the way for the UAS use in storm and disaster recovery. Southern Company has used UAS for disaster response in the last 5 major hurricanes. In the past, in Hurricane Matthew timeframe, the use of UAS in storm response was an afterthought. It was something that we brought to the table and tried to force the adoption of, saying, hey, we've got this technology, let us use it. Southern Company's work with UAS and disaster response has led to UAS being a part of the disaster response plan now. So we sit at the table when the disaster plan is being made. For instance, just recently with Hurricane Michael, we were in the early planning stages of with the Air Boss for Florida Emergency Management. Southern Company volunteered to have all of our UAS operators maintain a maximum ceiling of 200 feet. The Florida Emergency Management, the person that designed and put out the TFR that covered the disaster area, agreed with us and then posted a TFR for the first time since I've seen in storm restoration that allowed us basically surface to 200 feet. So from 200 feet to higher, to 5,000 feet was the temporary flight restriction, but it was open from surface to 200 because of that relationship. Southern Company has integrated DJI products into our day-to-day business, from mapping a laydown yard to capture our current material inventories at our nuclear plant construction, to inspecting hard-to-reach transmission structures over a marsh. The reliability and ease of use of these products has made the widespread adoption of UAS across our system possible. In addition to the well-documented UAS use cases, Southern Company has pioneered the UAS use for external load operations and UAS operations in GPS-denied environment. This video I'm about to show you is a video of us moving a 30-pound FAA light, beacon light, to the top of a 350-foot structure. Our problem was that this structure had to remain energized at 115,000 volts, and we needed to get the equipment to the men on the top of the structure so they could install it and replace that light. That light was out, it had to get replaced, we couldn't get the line out, so this is what we did. Thank you. So with our work, we have today, Southern Company is proud to announce that we formalized a strategic alliance with DJI by becoming a solution development partner. As a solution development partner, Southern Company will help co-develop and test customized solutions for utilities across the industry. We plan to work with DJI on our external load operations, operations in GPS-denied environments, and enhanced night operations. We have worked and continue to work with DJI on the security of their platform and our data to ensure the success of our operations across our system. In April 2018, Southern Company deployed a storm team made up of employees from Alabama Power, Georgia Power, Gulf Power, and Mississippi Power to Puerto Rico. The usefulness of UAS in rural areas was immediately made clear due to the difficulty of terrain. A group of Alabama Power engineered a field expedient method to pull small rope for wire. So wire used to go from mountaintop to mountaintop, and with the hurricane and our response to it several months later, there was no indication of where the wire was or where it went or how it got there. So we used the aircraft to do the reconnaissance inspections, and we also used it to pull the rope for wire. System Air Unmanned deployed to the Mayaguez staging area with larger, more complex aircraft and began pulling wire for conductor in the mountains. In over 150 plus missions, 72,000 feet of rope for wire was pulled in, saving months of time and manpower and potential injuries due to the safety of moving around in that environment. This was the first time that UAS were used to do physical work at the company, and ever since that's been done, it's now an actual part of our plan for storm restoration. This video is pretty exciting. This is a demonstration of one of our pulls we did in Orcovis. It's a 925-foot pull with a 100-foot change in elevation. You can kind of see the rope already pulled in. We've already pulled one in, and we're going back up to pull in the next. As we get to the top of this hill, we've sped up this video 4 times so that the total flight was about 4 minutes, but I wanted to show you all of it. And this video wasn't initially made to be a video to show in this room. It was made just so we could have first-person view and document what was going on. But the lineman on the pole had climbed up to tie off the other one, and we weren't aware that he was there initially and saw him as we got up to the top. And then we had stopped and adjusted our mission, and then were able to actually put the rope in the lineman's hand. Their traditional method for doing this operation was a potato gun with some string attached to it that they shot up the hill. And that would, just manually getting the wire across this valley was expected to take a 5-man crew 3 days just to get that one span of wire up to feed those few houses that are on the top of this mountain. So the time saved, the safety factor of the safety improvement, and all the other benefits just make this technology something that we couldn't unadopt. And there it goes into his hand. But I appreciate DJI and what they've done in developing their products, and we look forward to working with them more in the future.